You're listening to The Business of Glamping and Unique Holiday Rentals, episode 16. This is where we love to talk about tips, tricks and inspirations for anyone wanting to host guests in retreats, tree houses, cabins, hideaways, canvas structures and anything else a little bit unique. Today I have a real treat for you because today is all about how new technology is shaping the glamping industry, and this one you will not want to miss. So without delay, let's get started. Glamping and unique holiday rentals are surging in popularity with the growing desire of customers to book holidays that deliver an experience. They are also the new business of choice for those wanting to improve their work-life balance. So how do you build a strong business like this that gives you the life you need and a great investment? I'm Sarah Riley and I want to share what I've discovered after being immersed in this industry for over 20 years to inspire you to find out more about what's going on. Welcome, this is The Business of Glamping and Unique Holiday Rentals. Hello, it's so great for you to be here. I'm excited that you've joined me. Thank you so much. I have been having so many wonderful messages from you all, and it really is driving me forward to bring you brilliant content and to get in touch with people who have something really exciting to share that you wouldn't normally be able to find through the internet. So a podcast is a fantastic way of being able to do that for you. And I'm excited to do it. And when I get messages like the one I got from Seth the other day from him and his wife, it really makes my day. And I wanted to mention it now because he said that he was going through a process where he's starting to think about setting up a glamping resort in Utah. Now, they are obviously nervous, excited, extremely motivated to make this big change in their lives. And they are very excited about their unique resort that they are setting up. They came across the podcast on Spotify and they're really happy they did because now they have got a whole heap of information that is going to help them go forward. And I'm so pleased for you, Seth, and your wife. And thank you so much for your lovely message. I'm super inspired myself by the fact that you took time to send me a message to say thanks and also to say how much this podcast is helping you. That means so much to me and I'm incredibly grateful. And thank you everyone else who has left reviews and just made my day and made me feel good about what I'm doing, because it does require an investment of time and resources for me to do this for you, and to know that it's actually of help to you and you're being inspired and you're getting something back from it really means an awful lot to me. So please keep sharing your reviews, keep sharing your thoughts, send me messages. Most of all, put something on iTunes, give me a review, because that really helps to share the podcast wider with a wider number of people, and I'm incredibly grateful. So today I'm going to be talking about how new technology is shaping the glamping industry. Now, there are big debates in the glamping world from a customer perspective about whether, as businesses, we should be helping them to switch off from their technology. So by not providing Wi-Fi and certain technologies within the space that people are staying as a guest, it means that they are forced to switch off, to stop looking at their social media, to stop speaking to the internet, to start speaking with each other and to start connecting more. Now, there are big debates and I'm not going to enter into that now because, there are views on both sides, including the customer's views. But what about businesses? What is there out there as far as new technology is concerned that's making their life easier? There's all kinds of things and stuff that you may not actually have heard of up until now. So can you imagine what it might be like to learn that there is something like an app or a gadget or a way of paying that customers can pay you, or something that you can put in your honesty shop that will help you to help others, and to, most of all, save time, your money and your effort in doing that. I mean, that seems to me like a win-win situation. Now, there's all kinds of stuff out there. There's VR goggles, so people can actually access all kinds of spaces and have experiences using VR goggles from anywhere in the world. There are pay stations and pay apps that people can use to actually purchase things without the need for a member of staff to be constantly there and ready and available. So this is something that's working really well in the UK through honesty shops. Honesty shops are where guests are invited to come in, choose their produce, make payments, and do that all honestly through an app or through some kind of payment device, which means that the owner of the establishment does not need to be there in the shop at all times. Brilliant. It's saving time. Guests can do what they want. And actually, there is a real indicator that people are following instructions and they're being incredibly honest about it. Then there are apps that allow guests to order food and for it to be delivered straight to their tent. And then there's all the off-grid technology, solar power, wind power, all those things that you do need as an infrastructure to be able to run a business like this anywhere in the world, usually off-grid and usually a long way away from the normal infrastructure, such as water on mains and electricity on mains and so on. So when I came across somebody in California, we were talking about new technology, and he mentioned that they as a business had been using something really exciting to help their customers engage with their products a bit more and to make everyone's life a bit easier. So I was chatting to Tom Butterfield from Eco Structures and his colleague Roger Walsh. They are from Australia, but their business actually operates around the world. We were in this huge hotel foyer, massive foyer. You know what these hotels are like in America. And we were talking about this app and I didn't quite grasp what Tom was telling me about how it worked. I couldn't quite fathom this new idea of what they were able to do and what they developed. So I said, you know what? Just show me, Tom, show me exactly what you mean. So he walked me over to the largest part of the foyer and he said, look at my phone. He opened it up, he opened up the app, and suddenly the foyer that I was looking at through his phone turned into one of the glamping structures that their business actually sells. And I could actually walk into the tent, I could look out of windows, I could look behind me, I could see what it looked like actually in that space, in that foyer space. And I could experience everything that I needed to experience to kind of make a really good decision about whether that structure was right for me if I was planning to buy it. Now, I was blown away by this, totally blown away by this. I found it absolutely awe-inspiring. So I started to speak to Tom and Roger about how they actually developed this idea and how they had come up with the app and what else they were thinking of as far as their own technology and developing technology to actually help them run their business and to enhance their services for their customers. So I invited Tom onto the podcast to talk about that a little bit more, to talk about the app and to talk about everything else that they've got planned. And to help inspire you, that's what I'm going to play now. How are things going in Australia first? Let me just ask you that. Is it all okay over there?
Yeah, look, it's a little bit chilly on our side. We're on the winter spectrum at the moment, so all very cold and chilly. But everyone's still glamping out in the winter plains, so all very good. We're doing quite well. We're still producing projects in every state in Australia and in all climates.
Wow. So tell me a little bit about Eco Structures, so what you do and exactly where you're based for anyone who's listening right now.
Eco Structures, basically we design and supply customized glamping tents, and we can also develop further from there to permanent wabi cabins and buildings. We're based in southwestern Australia, which is a city called Perth, and we're now looking at taking on the globe. So in the last 3 years, we've branched out from Australia to the US, and prior to that, we moved into the Middle East, and now we're looking into the UK market.
Oh, it sounds really exciting. So we might see you at the Glamping Show in the UK this year.
Look, yeah, definitely. We're really excited to come and take a look around the resort and holiday park innovation show.
Yeah,
I believe it's 6th and 7th of November.
Yes. And then there's the other one, the Glamping Show, also at the end of September, which is about the 22nd, I think, this year. But I can put the link in the show notes for that. But yes, there are a few shows, and that will be really exciting to have you come and say hi. So I'll have to hunt you out at the show.
Yeah, and we're definitely looking at coming to the Glamping Show. We've just set up our first sales representative based in the UK.
Yeah.
So George Dyke and his family own Mill Farm Glamping.
Yeah.
And they've been in the glamping industry for the past 15 years, so they're well seasoned, understand planning restrictions and anything that goes with that side of things. And they understand glamping itself and the trials and tribulations that go with that. So he's a good partner to have in the country.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I think he'll definitely be making a presence at the Glamping Show this year. Myself, I'm hoping to get there for the Glamping Show, but there is also the US Glamping Summit, which is October. So there's quite a lot happening around the September, October, November timeframe.
Yeah, and I remember the last time we met at the Glamping Summit, and you told me how many hours you had to sit on a plane to get home.
Yeah. So look, and literally just did it again. So. Like I said, we're hitting the US and getting into a few locations now, and what really exciting is the Bahamas. So I'd love to be able to finish that project there. But we've delivered projects in the US Virgin Islands, and now we're looking at a couple of islands through the Bahamas.
Oh, that's really interesting.
I just did that trip, and it's a good 27, 28 hour haul. As you'd be aware, Australia, UK is about the same. I think if you can go direct, it's 17 hours.
Yeah. It's crazy actually. But you seem to put in a lot more hours than I do on the planes.
Yeah. So look, and really exciting. We've just delivered Rottenness Island. I believe we're in the process of delivering that when I met you at the Glamping Summit. But Rottenness Island is a 83 tent resort. Consisting of 3 different product types, ranging from your lower end accommodation right through to your high end luxury accommodation right on the ocean front for couples or romantic getaways.
Is that the picture that you sent me earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really amazing. It looks like a lovely location.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, especially in summer. It's a little bit cold at the moment, but nice and warm in the tents.
Yeah, absolutely. And so when we met at the event in California, the Glamping Summit, we were chatting about what you do and what your company does. And you mentioned that you have an app that you use to display your products. And so I instantly picked up on this and thought, wow, what's this? And this, I've never heard this before. And this is a new thing in the glamping industry. And so you then, while we were stood there in this foyer of a hotel in California, you then demonstrated to me how this app works. And it was really quite fascinating that I could actually walk into the tent, have a look around, and see the tent situated in this large foyer in a hotel. And that was just not something I expected to do at that moment. And so I was desperate to get you onto the podcast to talk about how you have used modern technology and gadgets that people have, that everybody has, smartphones and iPads and everything else, and you've embraced that and used that to really boost your business. So can you talk just a little bit about how you managed to show me into your tent in this hotel foyer.
Yeah, sure. So I guess where it originally came from was we engaged some young entrepreneurial architects and designers to do some new high-end 3Ds that were basically rotating around, and you could use your mouse on emails. You could click the link and send it to clients, and you could use your mouse to move it around and upside down, so you could get a 3D visual from all aspects. And it was at that point where we noticed that they did augmented reality apps, and we asked the question to see if they could do this for us, because I guess what we saw in that straight away was our biggest problem for our clients is you have a 3-month lead time. So you design your tent, you order your tent, and then you're waiting that 3 months for the tent to be manufactured, customized, manufactured, and delivered. And in that time, you're doing your site works and your site prep and your landscaping, and everything's getting ready to open. But what you haven't got is any material for your website. So instantly, I thought this was a great idea. So now you can, like we were just discussing, you can place the tent of we've now got all models on the app, so we've updated again. You can place that tent on your site in actual real life size. You can rotate it to any angle or position on site that you need it to be on, and then you can take a photo with your phone, and that photo can then just be uploaded to your website with a coming soon, and you've got your marketing ready to go. So it's definitely a great tool, not just for us, for trade shows and to explain the system and what it might look like on site while we're actually on site. But it's a great tool for marketing for future businesses also.
So how did you get inspired to do this? What is it how did you know about augmented reality and the apps, and what was it that kicked you into doing this? Because you are the first business that I know of that's doing this type of thing.
Because we discovered that the architects we were using could do the augmented reality apps. I knew straight away it was something that we needed to do, because over the years we've always had you find a problem. The client has the problem of, do you have any? You sell the tent or product, and then the client will ask for photos because they need something to upload to their website. Unfortunately, we don't own the photos, so the photos are from past clients. So we'd be handing on photos from other clients, which we can't do. So there was that gap in the market for something that was really needed by the client to get started. So we knew it was going to be a good option to have it. And then on top of that, we no longer have to travel around the world at trade shows with a booth and big TVs, etc. We can show clients through on their very own phone.
So if somebody wanted to download your app and have a look at how it's working, and to look at what we're talking about right now, how would they go about doing that? They just go to the App Store on an Apple, and how do they do that on an Android?
Yep, same deal. So Apple or Android, go to the App Store, and it's Eco Structures, 2 words, with AR, which stands for augmented reality, and it's a free app. When you open the app after it's downloaded onto your phone, you just follow the instructions. Very, very simple to use. Look, it's from my end, it's really fun, because we talk to clients all over the world, from Costa Rica to the Bahamas, to Oman or Saudi Arabia, and when we give them the link to the website, to the App Store, and they download this, we generally within 24 hours have photos sent back to us, either on WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger or phone message, with photos on their site. So it's look, for board meetings, for whoever the developer is, it's a great tool. You can literally put it on a holiday park and fit it exactly on site, and know that tent type is too big or too small, and you need to go the next size down or up.
So have there been any big successes so far that you've used it for? What was the first time or the first thing you used it and you were thinking, wow, this is good, this is great?
Look, I'm not sure whether I can contribute for us as a sale of a product success, but I can give you an example of a success for the client within 5 minutes of being. I went to the island Nassau in the Bahamas, and the client wanted to locate some exclusive tents out of the rest of the project. He wanted 5 exclusive tents in a certain part of the island, and within 5 minutes, we had photos of the tents on that site, and we knew that they weren't going to fit. So, a success for the client, I guess, was not having to go through the painstaking process of having surveyors on site, etc., to try and work out whether that was going to work or not. It was established straight away, and we moved on.
Yeah, so I guess I know what the answer to my next question is going to be, which is, what are you most proud about with this app and what it's helped you and your clients achieve?
Yeah, look, exactly that. So it's fun to use. I enjoy using it. I enjoy showing our clients, but it's the satisfaction of giving the clients a tool that they can use anywhere in the world. That's what we're most proud about.
Yeah, and it avoids all of those really costly mistakes. And actually, when you were talking about the marketing, I think that's fabulous because so many businesses, they don't have those tools to get their marketing running quickly, and they really need to do that before their structures are in place. And that's often the mistake that people make. They think, I'll wait till the structures are in place and then I can get my marketing rolling. And that's really too late. It has to be much further before that. And I think this is fabulous, a fabulous tool that people can use to make that happen.
Yeah.
So what's next for Eco Structures? What have you got planned? What's on your list of things for the future?
Look, we're constantly evolving, and so is glamping. So I guess in the beginning we had the humble eco tent, which we still believe it's still our lead seller, and we still believe it's an amazing product, and it's well suited for anywhere from a holiday park basic scenario to right through to high-end resorts, depending on how you want to fit out that eco tent. But we're also always doing new product development and coming up with new products. So most recently, we completed a private game lodge in Zambia, and it's unfortunately for us, it is a private game lodge, and it's not open to the public, so we can't really disclose too much information. But what came from this project is a completely new product, which is an eco tent with a stretched canvas roof, and you can have 3 or 4 bedrooms all under one big stretch roof with glass walls, R5, R4, insulated solid walls cladded in canvas with bathrooms, etc. You just keep adding to it. So we've actually built the bar, restaurant, gymnasium, kitchen, lodges. Everything was built with this same product, and that's what we're looking at now, is trying to find projects that are a little bit higher end in scale and the bigger resorts to be able to move these products into.
Yeah, so really developing and evolving all of the time as the market evolves.
Correct, yes.
Yeah, so what about the industry as a whole? So if I ask you finally, what's your feeling, what's your gut reaction about the industry as a whole? So where is it going? So if, for example, someone is thinking of getting involved in glamping and resorts or whatever, small or big, what's your feeling about the industry as a whole and where it's going? And what would you say to someone who's considering getting involved in this?
Look, I think the industry as a whole. So I guess if we rewound back 5 or 7 years ago, and someone mentioned the word glamping, no one really knew what that was, and you always had to explain it, whereas now it's not needed to be explained. I believe there's another word being used a little more often now, which is experiential travel and experiential accommodation, which essentially is glamping. So it's more about the experience rather than being in a box in a hotel room. So I don't know if anyone should be worried about, is glamping here to stay? Is it a fad? It's definitely an industry. It's a way to travel, and there will be, in my opinion, different names. It may evolve as in experiential travel or accommodation. But that would be my advice if anyone was getting into the glamping market. It's a great market to go into, and everyone wants something unique and different for their holidays. So I would say go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Thank you so much, Tom, for your time today. I'm going to be leaving all the links and everything in the show notes so people can download your app and have a look at how it all works. And then I'll also include your contact details so people can get in touch with you if they want to.
No problem, Sarah, and look forward to seeing you later on in the year. Hopefully, are you heading over to the Glamping Summit this year?
Yeah, I'm going to be there in October. Yeah, I'll be excited. Are you going to be there?
Yeah, hoping to be there. Josh, our American representative, will definitely be there, but at this stage, looking at being on board.
Oh, fabulous. Well, hopefully we'll be able to catch up more there and everything else that's going on. It'll be really nice to see you again.
Yeah, fantastic.
Bye.
Bye.
So as Tom and the team at Eco Structures have shown us, there's no limit to what you can do if you use technology. As technology shapes the industry, as the industry continues to shape, the only limit is your imagination. All the show notes for today's episode can be found over on inspiredcamping.com/016, as this is episode 16. Now, if you are passionate about setting up your own business in the glamping industry, then make sure you go over to inspiredcourses.com and find out about the free resources over there that can help you. I even share a quiz to help you figure out if you are cut out to run a glamping business. Thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And if you enjoyed this episode and found it useful, then please subscribe and leave a review on iTunes. I'd love to read out your views in the next episode. So, see you then.